and welcome to this week's edition of the Margin News, the place where you can get a quick overview of the goings-on in the world of Dragon Ball from around the world. Without further ado, here are the biggest news announcements from the previous week. After Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's debut at E3 2019 last week, many viewpoints have come out regarding the game's RPG mechanics. Some have praised the variety of gameplay offered, with others lamenting the supposed repetition of the Dragon Ball Z story. However, the publication Variety took a different approach, highlighting the mundane side of the anime when summarizing their thoughts on the title. Although this may come across as the publication slating the video game, upon further inspection, it is in fact praising the more laid-back gameplay style, and is positive about the potential evolution of the Dragon Ball Z narrative. The article's writer Giancarlo Valdez writes that he is a huge fan of the show, stating that, "I love the dumber side of Dragon Ball Z, and Kakarot seems to be embracing that in a big way. The Japanese developers, Bandai Namco and CyberConnect 2, that was their goal. To offer both fans and newcomers a complete DBZ experience, a game that would reflect both the odd humour of the show and the badass fights it's known for." The article then goes on to quote Bandai Namco producer Ryosuke Hara, who concurs that this more relaxed direction for the Dragon Ball Z video game title is something that is quite exciting to approach. We always tend to look at the famous and memorable moments of the epic battles, but I think there's a lot more things to explore in the Dragon Ball Z storyline, like day-to-day activities and what Goku does in between battles, some of the jokes that series creator Akira Toriyama had in the story. With this fresh outlook on Dragon Ball video games, there might be a brand new avenue of merchandise and peripheral content for the franchise, which goes into 2019 with a very successful start across all genres of media consumption. The video game Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is due out in early 2020. The feud between the likes of Goku and Superman may have eased as of late, with a revelation from one of Justice League's comic artists this last week. Artist Jorge Jimenez revealed that in the 25th issue of Justice League, it contained an homage to Dragon Ball Z, and a particular moment within the Cell Saga Cell games came into play. Usually these tributes are discreet for avid fans to find on their own, but Jimenez seemed proud to directly source the inspiration for Superman's iconic last stand, saying, "I want to thank everyone for the support and the kind words about this shot. It's not just any page anymore, the whole Superman scene is written for it. It's a clear tribute to the manga that inspired me to start drawing and fight hard for what I believe in." This paying tribute to the father-son Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z is a complete contrast from when Toyotarou seemingly traced elements of Captain America from the 2018 comic book Captain Marvel in Pursuit of Flight. Jimenez's tribute is wholly original and only copies the idea and concept as a mark of his passion for the series that he most likely grew up with. Might we see more allusions to Dragon Ball as comic artists step up to the professional circuit as they grow older? We shall wait and see. Dragon Ball is famous for its detailed presentation of food throughout the years, with most of its main cast of characters wolfing down plate after plate of the stuff. However, a French creator has taken this one step further and is producing a cookbook dedicated to Dragon Ball foods. The channel, Gastronogeek, will release a recipe book entitled The Legendary Recipes of Dragon Ball, penned by Thibaut Villanova, and will publish it this October. An English version of the book has yet to be fully confirmed. Mr. Villanova has become famous within the French YouTube arena for making cookbooks that are gaming or sci-fi themed, with books dedicated to the likes of Star Wars, Asterix, and even Assassin's Creed. One of Mr. Villanova's recipes that is Dragon Ball themed can be found on their YouTube channel of Gastronogeek, which showcases a takoyaki recipe which revolves around Universe 7's favourite cat, Beerus. A link to it can be found in the show notes in the description. The Dragon Ball cookbook will be released this October. The creator of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama, has gone on record on the official Dragon Ball website to celebrate Father's Day on June the 16th with a simple message to his fans in regards to the special day. The message comes with a picture of Goku and Gohan, which was originally drawn back in July 1989, when Dragon Ball Z's manga release began publication. The message read, "This Sunday is Father's Day, so I share this illustration of Goku as a father. Childcare left him to Chi-Chi and Piccolo, but he is the strongest father in the world, who taught me important things through the fight. Happy Father's Day to you too, Mr. Toriyama." And finally, The English voice of Kale from Dragon Ball Super has stated that the idea of a spin-off between the three Saiyans of Universe 6 would be highly interesting. Dawn Bennett, who voices Kale in the current series of Dragon Ball, took to Twitter stating that Kaba, Caulifla and Kale would make for a highly sought-after adventure, mentioning that their character growth is something noteworthy and wishes to see their friendship grow over time. The three Saiyans of Universe 6 have indeed become fan favourites since Kaba's debut in late 2016 and Kale and Caulifla's the following year. Might we see more stories with these three Saiyans in the spotlight? Possibly. The Tournament of Power is currently airing in English on Toonami in the US. That is all from today's Margin News. If you have any news concerning Dragon Ball that may be of interest to us, use the hashtag Margin News and we shall credit you and fact check the information. Thank you. Margin News shall now be taking a 3-week break as of today due to travel commitments which will encompass various convention appearances and visits throughout the UK and the US. Margin News will return on July the 15th with a roundup of news from the time away. So until then, thank you for watching and it's goodbye from us.